There, Pedro Adeo here, founder of the 100X Academy and creator of Crush It with Challenges. And the question I get asked the most these days is, Pedro, how did you go from a financial planner living in obscurity just 3 years ago to now leading one of the most dynamic movements, 100X?
So I went from a job that was a pretty good job but not fulfilling me to now doing what is so fulfilling. I am running my own business now. It is sustaining me income-wise.
At the end of the challenge, I pitched a coaching program, a $2,000 coaching program, and 25 people out of 150 people took the coaching offer and did a boot camp with me for 2 months. And was a big success.
I don't care what you've tried before. I don't care where you've been. I don't care what you've listened to before. There's a lot of great teaching and training out there. What I can tell you is this. I never figured out how to be happy, fulfilled, how to end imposter syndrome, how to end the comparison trap. Stepping into leading the movement I was called to lead has had all those things melt away from me. And it's allowed me to cut through the noise of a very noisy world and get my message heard.
You know, I've been dreaming of this Two Comma Club for years, you know, like you see the awards, you see everything, and I really tried so many things, but it wasn't until this challenge model that Pedro was teaching that really broke through. You know, it really helped us take this next level, scale it, and get in front of a lot of people and create a movement.
This is actually the perfect time to do this. There are so many people out there that need to make money from home. If I could share with them what I've done, maybe they could do the same thing. We advertised the challenge and it blew my mind. We had 13,000 people join the Facebook group. I was a little nervous. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't love to be in front of people. Now I have 13,000 people I have to get in front of. Pedro, what did you do to me?
If you're ready for another level, don't learn through your own trial and error. If you're ready to do a challenge, don't just fumble with it. Get to work with Pedro. If anybody knows me, I endorse very few people, but I got the chance to meet Pedro. I know his depth of caring, and I know his depth of knowledge, and I know his depth of results. When you combine those three, you're ready to do a challenge, he's your guy.
500 people joined that challenge with no Facebook ads, with no funnel, with no following, with no email list. That challenge went on to do $3,000. $3,000, and I'm telling y'all, I'm being so honest, I had 3 things. I had a cell phone, I had a PayPal link, and I had a Facebook group. So since then, I've went on to do $20,000 in 12 days, and now I've done over $100,000.
We had 450 people join the challenge in just like 5 days, and we converted over 10% of people who were in the challenge into a $2,000 offer on the back of the challenge.
The results that I've seen have been so incredible, and I created about $600,000 in revenue over the course of the challenge plus the live event, etc. And so it was a $600+ launch. And I'm so excited that I get to live my purpose and my passion and support other people to allow their passion to come through them as well.
It's been a great model. We have found a whole tribe of people that we've stayed connected to because of the challenge model, and we're thrilled. Our life has changed. We're super happy about it.
You guys, those of you who are listening, you truly have someone who cares about you deeply and cares about your success and knows the path to get there.
Appreciate you and so proud of you, and just fun watching everything you've accomplished in such a short period of time. It's really, really inspiring, and I hope your people all realize how good of hands they're in with you as their leader. So you're awesome, man.
But guys, I'm telling you right now, who can you love? Because if you can love them deeper, harder than anyone else is willing to, you will win in that market, you will win in that niche, and you can actually be the leader and the #1 company, the #1 movement, the #1 movement-based business, because love will lead you into doing all the right things at the right times, and it is the #1 most unfair advantage you can have over anybody else, and that is to have a deep, heartfelt ability to love more and love deeper.
Good morning, movement makers. Happy Saturday. I am honored and privileged to be here with you guys this morning, and I am so excited to get to spend the next hour or so with you as we hear from not only Pedro, who you guys have, I'm sure by now, fallen in love with this week, but also a couple of other special guests that I'll let Pedro tell you in just a minute. But I wanted to get the call started by just reminding you that if there are any important information, we're going to drop that in the announcements. You guys have until Tuesday morning to go through and consume as much content as you want. It's a smorgasbord, a free-for-all. You guys get into the guide section, formerly known as the units, and go and consume everything you can. I am so sorry. That is Monday night. Did I say Tuesday morning? Monday night. Monday night. We take down the units. So you have a few more days. Please go in there. Start watching all the replays you can. As we're getting this Saturday kicked off, I am sure if you are on right now, you are just excited to be here. And as I know, you probably have friends that you've made inside of this group. So I want to see you guys start tagging them over in the comments right now. I'm going to actually pull that up so I can see who's on. Good morning, Patricia and Judy and Bonnie and Dawn and Valerie, Annabelle. It's really good to see you guys. I want to see more of you. So start tagging all of your friends. Also, I would love to see, this is my favorite part of watching the comments. What is a huge nugget that you guys are getting right now? What is a really big takeaway? This challenge helped me, and then tell me, fill in the blank. What is a huge takeaway that you guys have gotten? I love going back and reading those. It's just encouraging to us as a team showing up for you guys. If you were on in the beginning, you saw Pedro's 5-minute intro video, and you saw him say, if you can love them deeper and harder. And I would be remiss if I think anyone in this group would say, you have ever showed up to a challenge where you have had someone love you deeper and harder, who's wanted your breakthrough more for you than Pedro Adeo. He has showed up as your mentor. He has showed up as your coach. He has gone all in and pouring out everything that he has for you guys. So I want to bring him to the stage. Sorry, guys. I was reading one of the comments and it made me chuckle. I want to bring him to the stage, but I want to see some fire comments over in the side to help bring him on, because I have seen him show up and love you guys deeper and harder. And I know that he wants that same breakthrough for you guys. So if you are looking to bring that same breakthrough to your clients, you're going to want to buckle up for today, because it is going to be impactful and powerful and really help you close up, wrap up what it looks like when you run your challenge for your who, for your niche, so that you can show up to love them deeper and harder. Because why does that even matter? Because it helps you lead into all the right places you're supposed to be. So if you found yourself in this seat, in this moment, you're right where you're supposed to be. So get ready to learn from another Fire Day training of your mentor and coach from this Movement Maker Challenge, Pedro Adeo.
Holly, what is up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to well, it's actually bonus day 1. So our 5-day challenge would ended yesterday, but you guys, I believe in this concept called over-delivering. So I think we've already over-delivered. If you would say that you have been over-delivered to already, can I just see over-delivered in the chat for a second? Just drop over-deliver if you feel like that's already happened. But guys, today is our bonus day 1. And guys, this is going to be a powerful, powerful day. But hey guys, for real, please start tagging everybody you know in this challenge. Because guys, not only do we have Barri back by popular demand. You're like, Pedro, I thought Barri went yesterday. She did. And you guys went crazy for Barri. Like, almost gave me a little bit of the jellies. I'm like, oh, man. No, guys, I love Barri too. So, like, you're in good company. So you guys went crazy for Barri. So I was like, Barri, would you come back on a Saturday? And, of course, she said yes. Guys, do you see how all the people I roll with, deeply committed to your success, working hard to help you step into the next level for yourself? Barri's one of those people. So she is here. She is here. And then, guys, Dean Graziosi is here, a legend in the direct response in the marketing business, a movement maker of movement makers who's partnered with Tony Robbins, and they are literally taking this business of the knowledge business, the knowledge economy to a whole nother level, guys. Dean's going to be joining us in about half an hour. So start tagging everybody, know, like, hey, man, you got to be in here, because today we're going to talk about one of the most important concepts. Guys, you're having a great challenge, very important. Carving your micro niche, amazing important. Having the right messaging, major important. We're going to help you have an amazing offer. We're going to help you do all that stuff. But this right here is the final piece that makes all of that have a much more explosive outcome. Learning how to ethically enroll people into working with you beyond the challenge. Okay, you can call it ethical selling. It's either called integrity-based selling, ethical selling, or it's simply a matter of, okay, Pedro, I worked my face off on this challenge. I gave so much value. I love these people I'm working with. How can I help them go deeper? And let me understand this. If you care about, let me first begin to just help your mindset. If you truly care about the people that you are working with, then the mindset shift I'm going to encourage you to take on is that selling is serving. And I believe that all of your futures are better with me and Crush It with challenges in it. I just believe that. And I don't just play a mind game with myself and pretend I believe that. In my heart, in my soul, with the deepest conviction, I believe your future is better with Crush It with challenges and me as a coach and mentor in it, alongside all the other incredible coaches and mentors I've put together in this unique offer. So when you have that level of conviction, then you do have that moral obligation to show up and get equipped and get the skill sets to help people make powerful decisions that are going to be in their best interest, not just what aligns with yours. And to talk more about that today, I've got Barry. Now, real quick, guys, I want to remind you, because what's happening now is a lot of you guys are coming in, catching up. Some of you guys are watching replays. So let me just remind you guys that today is bonus day 1, how to ethically sell people into your challenge offer. And we are giving away another iPhone. Yeah, I just said 1. Again, over deliver. I'm giving away 3 iPhones, another iPhone today. And guys, and here's what's going to happen. You must be on live to win this iPhone. Okay. Now, in case you missed it, enrollment is now open to Crush It with Challenges 2021. Movementmaker.com/crush it. We have 2 huge announcements about this dropping today on this call, but this is now open, and this offer goes away forever, Monday at midnight. And what makes this offer unique from any other offer you're ever going to see this year is I am personally, there's guys, I'll do this later. We have over $23,000 of value in this offer. You can see all the bonuses there. You can see them all at movementmaker.com/crush it. But what makes this offer special, why this should be the time that you join our program and not wait till later in the year or next year, is I'm doing a no one left behind 4 weeks of live Crush It with Challenges coaching with me, where you're going to have 4 weeks of live coaching with me, 4 days a week, 4 weeks in a row. I'm going to walk your hand through every single step of this challenge process to make sure you absolutely crush your next challenge. And we're going to also be giving you guys, that's a $5,000 value just by itself. You will literally see us in a matter of months offer this 30-day coaching program run by one of my coaches for $5,000. And here with this Movement Maker Challenge, you have a chance to get lifetime access to the course and this coaching program and some amazing bonuses for just literally 3 installments of $795 or a one-time investment of $1995. So guys, I wanted to remind you of that because I know some of you guys are just kind of catching up to this. And some of you guys are coming in late. I'm not sure, Pedro, what's happening. And I've heard some seeing the buzz. And guys, today I'm going to start again to critique, like, look at all these challenges. How many guys, look at all these challenges are about to get my creative juices and my creativity and my expertise crushing 48 challenges in a row. These were the fast action takers, and I'm excited about getting to work with them. But guys, right now, to serve you, again, at the highest level to teach you, to help you have the most empowering mindset you can have to go to the next level of skill sets. Guys, you are developed. We are here to equip you with skill sets that you can then use for the rest of your life as an entrepreneur, as a leader. A question came up in the VIP. It said, Pedro, I really want to do this, but I also am in this other thing, and I'm concerned this is like maybe a shiny object. I'm like, well, that's a great question. Because as entrepreneurs, sometimes we do, get pulled into shiny objects. But shiny objects are little things that we will try just to try and make, it's like a short-term cash grab. That's not what this is. This is actually you learning the most important skill sets of marketing. This is you learning the #1 skill set today, which is learning how to run challenges. If you are a marketer, if you are an entrepreneur looking to make money online, this right now is the most important vital skill set for you to acquire. And so this is you investing in a skill set, not just trying the latest, greatest thing. And so, guys, to help you make the most of your challenge, because some of you are like, Pedro, okay, great. I got my niche. I'm learning challenges. You're going to help me make a great offer. You're going to help me fill up my challenge yesterday with organic. Pedro, how am I going to sell people into the challenge? And we know that some of you guys have a little bit of mindset hang up. So to help us get clear on why selling is serving, how you can ethically enroll people into your programs without ever feeling slimy, sleazy, or salesy, the one, the only, backed by popular demand, my good friend Barri. What's up, Barri?
Hey, Pedro Adeo. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you. You're back from heaven. You must just went for a short trip. Now you're back in the office. I know this backdrop. I know much better. my enrollment angel from heaven, Barri, is here. So Barri, we've talked a little bit. This is some of the best training that I think you do. I've seen you do this in your $6,000 plus $9,000 plus paid coaching programs. Yeah. The fact that you would do that here in a free challenge just speaks about who you are. Suzette and I and the whole Crusher team love and appreciate you guys. And so Barri, I'm gonna let you roll. I'm gonna let you just take it away for about 20 minutes and let's just serve our challengers. Guys, please start tagging people. You're gonna want everyone that you know in this challenge to be here and get this training live. So Barri, how can people ethically, with great confidence and pride, enroll people into their incredible offers on the back of their challenge?
Yes, thank you, Pedro. Hello, movement makers. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, happy middle of the day, happy end of day, happy before bedtime, like wherever you might be on the globe. Thank you for joining us here right now. What I woke up thinking about this morning, Pedro asked me last night, he's like, could you mind coming back tomorrow? A lot of people have been asking about more on the sales as service that you shared yesterday. So just a quick recap for those of you who are with me or those of you who weren't, I just want to say really quick, what we talked about yesterday was the importance of sales is service, of truly understanding that your highest superpower, your zone of genius, the thing that you uniquely do that nobody else does, can only be enhanced by serving the people who need you, who are waiting for you to share that unique ability with them. But what stops you in your tracks so often, we talked about this yesterday, is feeling like, oh, I don't know, I can't sell people. That's kind of icky. I'd love to do it, but I don't feel good about selling. I don't want to be salesy. I don't want it to be icky. I don't want to be going around to people and be the one who's always trying to sell them on my thing. And I have to tell you, I thought that way for a really long time. Like a long time. Like, I'm not going to say how old I am. You can guess. You can guess by the crinkles and the wrinkles. But for a big part of my life, I felt that exact same way. And then I got introduced to an industry of speakers, authors, and influencers that were all about serving before selling. And it totally turned around my thinking because I'm in the live event space. For those of you that don't know, my husband Blue and I produce, last year we did 43 virtual live events. Pandemic pivot, went from in-person events to virtual events. We normally produce about 30 in-person events a year for some of the biggest names in the speaker, author, influence industry. And then we made a quick pivot, like literally in 2 weeks, and started doing virtual events. And we did 43 in the span of 12 months. We generated $250 million in revenue for our clients. And the one commonality in all of that is that what I saw and allowed me to do what I did last year, I saw 15 years ago when I started in this business, was that it's all about service. What allowed us to generate $1 billion in revenue in the last 15 years, what allowed us to generate $250 million for our clients in the last 12 months is all about service, not about sales. Behind every one of those dollars is a person served. So listen, we all love our marketer math. It's great to talk about how much money we made and all the things we sold and all the things we did and the big lists we have and the high ticket offers we made and all that good stuff. And it's super important because that's how you get your message out into the world. Like that's how your people find you. And to do that, you have to sell. But here's the thing. If you start on selling and you never focus on service, the sales are going to fall flat. It's going to be the hardest thing you ever did. And it's going to feel icky and salesy and yucky. But if you focus on the people that you're meant to serve, you focus on the audiences out there that are waiting for you, your tribe, your unique people, the people that respond specifically to you and your message, the way you're responding to Pedro and his message. When you find your right fit people, we call them right fit clients, it doesn't feel like you're selling them because you're serving them first. And this is really, really important. I want you to really hear me on this. If you focus on selling first, before you serve them, you're trying to sell them something before you even have them believe that it's possible. What's the likelihood you're going to buy something you don't believe in? None. But we do that all the time, right? All the time we go and we're like, I'm just going to go sell them. I'm nervous about selling, but I'm just going to go sell this thing. And it always falls flat, right? No matter what the thing is you're selling, no matter how good you are, no matter how great the product is, no matter how great the program is, it falls flat. And here's why. If they don't believe they can do the thing you're talking about, you're selling, then why would they pay you to help them do it? I'm going to say that again. If they don't believe that they can accomplish the thing you're selling, then why would they pay you to help them do it? They wouldn't, right? So this all starts with selling starts with, and I have to tell you, I prefer the word enrollment. Sales and service makes a little more sense, rolls off the tongue, right? Sales is serving, sales is service. And I truly believe that. But I want you to think about it as enrollment. Selling is like pushing things out. Enrolling is pulling people in. I want you to think about this as if I went out there with my best stuff and there are people out there waiting for me, my right fit clients out there waiting for me. And I show them what's possible first. I show them what I've done. I show them what I've done for other people. I give them real life examples of what is possible if they follow the method and the system and the strategy that I've come up with. If they do that, then they're going to have success like I had and like the people that I work with have had. If I can light that fire up for them, if I can have them really believe that, then A, I've served them first, because even if they don't buy a thing, my mission on this planet, part of what I'm meant to do is I'm meant to open their eyes to what's possible. We talked about that yesterday, enhanced opportunity, the ability to be more, do more, have more, and make more. If I really believe that I can help them be more, I can help them do more, I can have them have more, I can help them make more. And if I help them believe that they can be more, that they can do more, that they can have more, that they can make more, if I get that ignited up in them, right? That little ember that gets ignited when you start to think, oh my God, it is possible. I really do think I could do that. For the first time ever, I can kind of see shimmering there in the distance, this life that I really want to have, this business that I really want to have. And it doesn't matter whether you're helping people make more money or helping people make more love or helping people have more health or helping people make more fitness, whatever your unique business is that you help people do, when they get ignited, that ember gets ignited, and all of a sudden something that seemed completely impossible now seems easy. You know what happens because you've had it happen to you. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you taste it, you want more of it. And that's exactly what you're trying to do when you're serving people. Your highest service is to help them see the things that they can't see, to hold a space for them that they didn't know was there, to see a future for them that they couldn't see before, to help them see that, and then to help them get there with integrity, to actually show up and do exactly what you said you were going to do. So sales is service and sales being enrollment are all about them, not about you. And so often in sales, we make it all about us, our fear, our desire, our money, our impact, our purpose. But when it really starts to work is when you make it all about them. Who is that person that you're meant to serve? You're a movement maker. You wouldn't be here. What's your movement? And who are the people that you are trying to move it to? What message are you trying to get out there? Who are you not to get out there and do it? And what faster path is there than a challenge where all you need is the methodology, a phone, and a Facebook group to get your movement out there to the people who are legitimately out there waiting for you to show up right this second. They're out there trying to figure it out on their own. They're out there reinventing the wheel every day. They're out there with people telling them it's not possible. They're out there with people telling them you're not meant for this. They're out there with people telling them they're crazy to even think about doing this. The same way that people have probably said that to you. And you know what? The people who said that to you were wrong, and the people saying that to them are wrong. But your job as a movement maker is to show up and convince them otherwise, to serve them and enroll them in a way that they can see something that they couldn't see before. Now, yesterday, I taught you overcoming objections, the most common objections, how to overcome time, how to overcome money, how to overcome spouse, how to overcome fear, how to overcome shame and self-doubt. Those are the 5 things that are most likely to hold you back and most likely to hold your tribe back. And we talked about yesterday how you can slay those dragons, how you can show up differently. Today, what I want to share with you is how you enroll them. That's how you overcome objections, the art of enrollment. And I really do believe it's an art. And the same way that you have to build a muscle to overcome objections, you have to build a muscle to learn the art of enrollment. The art of enrollment starts with you and goes out to them. And then it becomes about them, not about you. That's the give and take, the ebb and flow of the art of enrollment. But here's the thing. If you don't believe you can do it, if you don't invest in yourself, if you don't spend every day that you wake up, that you have doubts, overcoming your own objections, enrolling yourself, you are never going to be able to enroll them. So that's why we wanted to talk about this today, because we've been hearing it from you. We've heard it in the chat. We've heard it in your conversations with the team where you're like, I know I'm meant for more. I know I'm a movement maker. I know I'm supposed to be doing more on this planet. I know that. But every now and then, these little fears start bubbling up. What, those objections? What if I don't have the time to do this? What if I can't find the money to do this? What if I can't convince my spouse to let me do this? What if I can't overcome the fear around doing this? What if I'm all caught up in shame and self-doubt around this? Those are the things that are going to hold you back. And yesterday you said they wouldn't, and then you got a quiet second. You're like, oh, that does feel like a lot of time. That is a lot of money. I am afraid to have that conversation about asking for support, not permission. I am afraid to play big, because here's the thing. What happens with this fear around playing big? If you don't invest in yourself, then it's still a possibility that somewhere out there, your dream world exists, your time and money freedom exists. It's still a possibility. But if you do invest in yourself and it doesn't work, then you don't work. And if you don't work, then you're stuck forever. And that big dream is not yours. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. That's a mindset issue. That is a prison that you have put yourself into. It is a probably generational set of beliefs that have been passed down to you. People like us don't do things like this. People like us don't succeed like that. People like us don't live lives like that. People like us don't get time and money freedom. People like us have jobs, right? And it's not that the people around you don't love you. They just don't know any better. They're not a movement maker, and they can't see what you can see. And so all these other inflections are coming in the back of your mind. And when the world gets quiet and you're not in rah, rah, go team, go mode, you get quiet with yourself. And all of a sudden, you know you're meant to be a movement maker, but you let all those things around time and money and spouse and having hard conversations and asking for permission instead of asking for support and being afraid of what happens if it doesn't really work, which is really about what happens if you don't really do the work. And all those times that you failed before and it didn't work, come back and keep you from ever moving forward again. Those are the things that hold movement makers back. Those are the things that send movements to their grave. Those are the things that keep you stuck looking for a job. But you know you're meant for more. So what do you have to do to overcome that? Well, if the hierarchy of objections is you have to overcome time, overcome money, overcome fear, overcome shame and self-doubt, overcome asking for permission when you really should be asking for support. If you work your way through all of those things, the art of enrollment works in the opposite direction. Time, money, spouse, fear, shame, and self-doubt. Shame and self-doubt are buried the deepest. They're the hardest for you to talk about. That one time where it didn't work, the few times where it didn't take off the way you thought it would, the times where people said, I told you so, and you started to believe them. Those are all buried deep. But the art of enrollment is about starting with you and then going to your family and then going to your inner circle and then going to your team and then going to your tribe. So here's how this works, and you can start today. First, you have to enroll yourself. First, you have to believe that it's possible for you to do it. And you know it is. We've shown you it is. You've met tons of people, myself included, that started from nothing and built a multi-seven-figure business using their phone, using their Facebook group, using proven systems and strategies, using the wisdom of people who figured it out before us, cutting a check for speed, and getting hand-holding and accountability and support so we get the job done. You've met us, and you know it's possible. So you have to start with saying, I have that ember. I am a movement maker. I want you to put that in the chat. We did it yesterday. I am a movement maker. I know I'm meant for more. I am a movement maker. I know I'm meant for more. And you literally have to build this muscle every single day, reminding yourself that this is true, this is possible, this is real. And if you can't do that on your own, like if I'm saying this to you and you're literally thinking to yourself, it sounds good, Barri, but I don't know how I'm going to maintain this momentum day after day, hour after hour. I don't know how I'm going to do this when it gets hard. I don't know how I'm going to do this when someone says no to me. I don't know how I'm going to do this when someone tells me it's not going to work or I run into the first roadblock. Then get the support of mentorship and coaching. What Pedro just offered you is not just the keys to the kingdom, literally, of everything you need to know with all the bonuses, including the one I gave you yesterday of helping you go from taking a challenge to build a list and sell a product to giving a ticket to a live event and using that to make a high ticket offer, all from a sales and service perspective. That's all available to you. Plus Pete's bonus to help you fill the room. Like all of that is available to you. Fill the challenge, fill the room, take the challenge, sell a product, use a live event, sell a high ticket offer, completely change your life in a year or in a quarter or in a month or in a week. All of that is possible, but you have to embrace it. You have to enroll yourself. And if you know that you don't have the strength and the stamina yet to continue to hold that vision, then you have to surround yourself with people who can, a like-minded community of movement makers, and someone like Pedro, who not only is giving you the keys to the kingdom, but is offering you 4 weeks of coaching to help get you there until you can truly believe it and make it actionable. Take these ideas and turn it into action. So what's the next step you have to do after that? Then you have to go to your family. Your family might be your mother. It might be your sister. It might be your college friends. It might be your spouse. It might be your significant other. It might be your business partner. I'm talking about the people that are the most often around you, the people that live in your home or live in your business. And you have to go to them and you have to say, the time is now. I'm a movement maker. If you can't see it, you're going to have to trust me on this. Your certainty has to trump theirs. I'm going to say that again. Your certainty has to trump theirs. That's why it's so important that the enrollment starts with you, that you really are invested in your ability to do it. Because the minute someone says, you know what, I just don't see that. I don't see how you're going to do that. It just feels like you could pick a safer path. It feels like you should get a job. It feels like people like us never get to do things like that. The minute they say that, you say, I understand why you would think that, but I know it's true. I've met someone who can do it. I've met someone who's proved it. And I've met other people who are doing it too. And the fact that you can't see it is exactly why I have to be surrounded by this group of people. I know it's hard for you to see it because this isn't your path. And I totally appreciate that. But I hope you understand that it's mine. I hope you understand that I have to do this. I am called to do this. To not do this is to put myself in a self-imposed prison that's going to make me a less good daughter, a less good son, a less good friend, a less good spouse, a less good partner, because I know I'm meant for more. And if I allow you to convince me otherwise, I'm going to regret it and resent myself forever. And I'm going to resent you too. And I'm not going to allow you to do that. I'm not going to allow me to allow you to do that. My certainty has to trump yours in this moment. And I hope you can understand and support me, because this is what I have to do. If you can support me in this, when it works, because it will, this is what I'm going to do for you. That's the bargain you're striking. And then you have to do it. You have to show up, right? If you say you're going to do it, you have to do it. You have to choose commitment over convenience every single day, even when it gets hard, even when it gets scary, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when someone tells you you can't, you still have to show up and do it. Choose commitment over convenience every day and prove to them that you are a movement maker, because you know you are. So you've convinced yourself, and now you've convinced your family. The next layer is to go and convince your inner circle. These are going to be the people that you do book club with, the people that you work out with, the people that you went to school with, the people that you have drinks with on the weekend, the people that live in your neighborhood. They're the next layer of people that are likely to tell you that you are not meant for more. And it's not because you're not meant for more. It's because they're not meant for more. It's because they can't see that yet. It's because they are not a movement maker. They are not wired the way you are wired. So don't let their wiring change your wiring. You know what you're meant to do. So just like you had that conversation with your family, you've got to have that conversation with your inner circle. And you've got to start with, I need to do this. I hope you will support me. I hope you'll try to understand, I need to do this. And then you have to go to the next layer, which is your team. And you go to your team. For those of you that have teams, whether it's independent contractors, part-time, full-time, one person, 5 people. If your team is a family member, then you got to talk to your family and your team and have this conversation, right? Even when your family is your team. A lot of us have that in our lives and in our businesses. And you've got to say to them, we have to do this. To your team, you have to say, we have to do this. So follow me on the art of enrollment here and what you have to do. You start with you and you say, I have to do this. You go to yourself. You go to your family and you say, I have to do this. You go to your inner circle and you say, I have to do this. You go to your team and you say, we have to do this. We have to do this. I need you to be with me on this. We have to do this. Now, here's the thing about this. Then you have to show up every day and do it. It's just like with your family. You've got to choose commitment over convenience every single day, even when they doubt you, even when it gets hard, even when you second guess, even when it doesn't go as perfectly as planned. You have to remember, failure isn't fatal, and my past does not dictate my future. You have to hold that space for your team until they can see it too. The same way that you have to hold it for your inner circle, the same way that you have to hold it for your family, the same way that you have to hold it for yourself. And then last, you go to your tribe. That's right, last. So for those of you that are trying to skip straight to tribe, the reason it keeps falling flat is because you haven't enrolled you. You haven't enrolled the people closest to you. You haven't enrolled the team that's supporting you on this. And when you have all these doubters, including yourself, in your ear and in your mindset, it doesn't work. Right? It falls flat. That's why you need a community of people surrounding you. Dean's going to talk about this next. I love Dean, good friend, client of ours, changing the world, helping knowledge brokers every single day better understand exactly what we're talking about, which sales is service, and it has to start with you. You have to enroll yourself before you can enroll anybody else. And then once you get to your tribe, it goes right back to what Pedro told you. Sales is service. It becomes about them, not about you. The path to them is you convincing you and the people around you. But the way to enroll them is you making it all about them and not about you. And when you focus on who you're serving and not who you're selling, when you focus on enrolling them, on igniting that ember that you ignited for you and that you ignited for your family and that you ignited for your team, and now you're igniting for your tribe, you will find all the things that were once impossible are now easy. Once impossible, now easy. But every single day, you have to choose commitment over convenience. You have to enroll yourself before you enroll the people around you. And then you have to serve the people that you're meant to serve in order to sell them on exactly how you're going to serve them. It's that simple. It's that hard, and it's that simple. And I promise you, everyone that you've met this week, Kim Walsh-Phillips, Russell Brunson, Dean Graziosi, Pete Vargas, Pedro Adeo, Hal Elrod, JLD. I mean, I could go down the line. Trust me, every single one of us have had to build this muscle. We all started from zero, and we all built these businesses by working with people in a like-minded community, surrounding ourselves with people who've already figured it out, and modeling what they're doing. We often call it, Tony Robbins talks about this all the time. You need repetition, you need immersion, and you need to model someone who figured it out before you. And that's what you're getting when you invest and crush it with challenges. You're getting the system, you're getting surrounded by a like-minded community, you're getting the opportunity for repetition, you're getting the opportunity to fully immerse yourself, and you're getting the opportunity to model someone who's already figured it out. and who's proven that it works. So if the one thing holding you back are your objections, it's time to make your reason not to your reason to. And if the other thing that's holding you back is that you're not fully enrolled in you, there's no time like today to start. Only you can do the work, but you don't have to do it alone. And if you know you're meant to do it, there's no time like today to get started. Sales is truly service, and you are meant for more, you movement makers.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Barri, incredible. If you can't see the chat is going bonkers right now. Guys, this is it. At the end of the day, like, I love what Barri said. The first person you have to enroll is yourself. The first person you have to enroll in yourself. The reason why, guys, I wouldn't even try to talk about, promote, or engage someone in something that I was not 100%, not just convinced. I'm going to suggest you go from being convinced to being convicted. I only get involved with things I am deeply convicted about.
Yeah.
And you've got to be the first person that you enroll yourself, and then the circle works out from there. So Barri, thank you so much.
Can I just add one quick thing, Pedro?
Of course.
Not only does it work like the rings of a tree, first you, then your family, then your inner circle, then your team, and then your tribe. Now it's like, think of a stone in a pond, right? It's like starts with you, and then the ripple effect goes out from there. But here's one thing I really want to tell you. I've seen this so often because being in this industry for over 15 years, I've talked to so many people who are at that decision point of making a really big decision, because it's not just about buying a product, really. It's about buying you, right? It's about being invested in you. And here's what I want to leave you with. So often when we're stuck in a spot and we're in analysis paralysis, it's sort of like being in a self-imposed prison. And you're sitting in this prison and you're like, how am I going to get out of here? I'm not strong enough to bend the bars. I'm not tall enough to crawl out the window. I don't have a chisel to chisel the stone. I'm just stuck in here. I'm stuck in here. And meanwhile, the world is passing me by, and I'm stuck in here, and I'm stuck in here. And how am I going to get out of here? How am I going to get out of here? Literally, you spend weeks, months, years in a prison that you created. And one day you go, you know what? I just wonder what if, and you look around, you peer out, and just outside the bars, you look at the lock, and guess what's there? Keys, right in the door. All you had to do the whole time was just reach your hand through, grab the keys, turn the lock, open the door, and walk right out. That's what is happening right now when you let your time and money, freedom, dreams stay imprisoned because you're afraid to just reach your hand outside the bars, grab the keys, turn the lock, push the door open, and walk out. Like, that's what's waiting on the other side. Don't let your time, money, spouse, fear, shame, and self-doubt be the self-imposed prison that you create, that you stay in forever, letting a day become a week become a month become a quarter become a year, and a year become a decade. Because you have the keys to open the door and to change it. Pedro's given you everything you need. All you have to do is reach your hand through the bars, grab the key, turn the lock, push the door open, and walk to your future.
Wow, so good, guys. And that key is being offered to you in the form of Crush It with Challenges 2021. And it's at movementmaker.com/crush it. And Barri's absolutely correct. Literally, we have thought of everything you would need to crush challenges. There is every single offer and bonus in this offer was hand selected strategically to make sure what do you guys really need to actually pull this off. And we left no stone unturned. So of course you're going to get lifetime access to Crush It with Challenges, the absolute only comprehensive challenge training in the world, absolutely best in class. You have lifetime access to that program for as long as you are around. You have access to that lifetime. But we have implemented the nobody left behind 4 weeks of live group coaching. Some of you are going to want to some of you guys are quick starts, fast starters. You're going to binge watch the whole program this weekend, and you'll be doing challenges next week. Some of you are going to want to have your hand held and go step by step, having group coaching, accountability, and just taking a little bit more time. And guys, we have the time. Let's take the time. This is worth it. This is about you learning fundamental skills of influence and marketing and entrepreneurship and how to win in the online world, which, by the way, is now become the only world we really have. So guys, even if it took you 4 weeks to really go through this program, hand by hand, me as your coach, mentor, it's worth it, guys. This skill set has changed my life, has brought tens of millions of dollars into our family. And beyond that, we get to impact literally hundreds of thousands of people. So guys, we're going to do that. And I'm never going to do that again this year. And probably next year will be my coaches. So if you're like, Pedro, I like the way that you teach. I like your style. I want more time with you. This is the path to getting more time directly with me. 4 weeks of live coaching, 4 days a week, guys. That's insanity.
Well, and let me just say, too, you know what that is? You know how I talked about that ember, like that ignition of that little ember? You know what that feels like, you guys. I know you felt it this week when you're like, just starts bubbling up and you're like, oh my gosh, he's speaking to me. I know I'm meant for more. I know I'm a movement maker. I know I need to do this thing. I know I can do this thing. I know I have to do this thing. And what often happens when we don't stay in that momentum is that ember, we have a saying, an ember taken out of the fire becomes coal. And part of what Pedro is handing you here is the chance to keep the ember lit. I mean, if you are thinking even for a second, he's given you generous information this week so that you know exactly what to do. You have a worksheet, you have everything you need to know to go out and do it on your own. But if you were thinking, I actually need accountability and community and enhanced opportunity to go out and get this done, if I actually need to stay in this momentum in order to keep that ember lit, this is why he's offering this to you right now. We often say, like, if it feels like we're working hard to enroll you, we are, because we know that your best chance of success is keeping the ember lit.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And for some of you guys, you made massive breakthrough with discovering and carving out your micro niche. But we have an incredible ultimate niche finder training and worksheet. That's a $995 value to help you go even deeper with that. We've got an ultimate offer design worksheet and training to help you design an irresistible, incredible offer that you make on the back of your challenge. That's a $995 value. Guys, we have a complete traffic training program with best-in-class organic traffic strategies from the organic traffic queen herself, Rachel Miller, and the exact paid traffic strategies me and my team are running right now on Facebook and Instagram to fill up your challenges either for free or with paid advertising. That's a $2,995 value, guys. I had my good friend Russ Rufino drop a high-ticket offer training because some of you guys are going to be high-ticket coaches and consultants, and you're going to want to sell high ticket on the back of your challenges. Russ is one of the best in the industry at doing that. We have an amazing training, guys. That training alone is worth the total price in this investment. You're going to get 2 tickets to Crush It Live, our 3-day virtual event intensive, all things challenges. We're going to be celebrating. That's 1 month from now. We're going to be celebrating, and we're going to be handing out something special at that event, and you're going to want to stay tuned to see what that is. I'm going to hand you my 7-figure challenge template. So if you want to go right in to level 2 and start running a challenge with some funnels, I'm going to hand you our proven funnels that done well over 8 figures of revenue. And then, guys, that's value of over $23,000 of value that can all be yours today for as little as $795 to get started and only a one-time investment of $1995. And that's at movementmaker.com/crush it. Guys, this offer goes away forever on Monday night. Barry, I'm going to let you get off to your weekend. You are incredible, guys. Can we just blow up the chat? Give some love for one of my favorite human beings, Barry. Barry, thanks again for coming in. You're amazing.
Thank you, Pedro. I so appreciate it. Love you, movement makers. Let's keep that ember alive.
And we forgot to tell them that you
don't have to do it alone. And you can do this.
Yeah, Barry, I've got to tell him you're going to, what about your bonus, Barry? Barry's doing a how to crush your first virtual event bonus training. So for those of you guys that want to go fast, those of you guys that want to like really crush it quickly, you're going to want to do the 1-2 punch of challenge to virtual event. It's an advanced strategy. If you're early stage, don't worry about it. You're going to put that on the shelf.
And most importantly, like here, I just want to reiterate this too, for those of you thinking, I'm not ready for a live event. I want you to know there are people out there crushing it with virtual live events, with small audiences, with small budgets, with small studios. You don't need anything more than you need for your challenge. You don't need anything more than your list, the strategy, and your iPhone, your laptop, or an iPad. You can do this. Like, it really is simpler than you think. Do not let this hold you back. You are ready for this. Movement makers, you are ready for this.
Yeah, I love how you say, Barry, you have to do the work, but you don't have to do it alone. And the fact is, you're so much more likely to do the work when you're doing it with like-minded people in community, all going the same direction. Barry, love you so much.
Love you.
Have an amazing day. All right, guys, you know what to do. movementmaker.com/crush it. Who's ready? If you're ready for this to go to a whole nother level, just start putting in the chat, I'm ready, because I have another one of my most favorite human beings in the world in the room right now. And for those of you guys that are like, oh, you guys are not 6 feet apart. We both took corona tests just a few days ago. I had to get mine. Man, I got a big nose, so then I put that thing way up there, right? I mean, I felt like they were scratching my brain. I went through that to be here in the room. So guys, we are gonna today is all about helping you get out of your own way, to understand that selling is serving, and just to help you make the most of your challenges by giving you the skills that you need to get people to move forward with you into the next level, whatever you're offering on the back of your challenge. And to help you get that skill set, get that mindset, we're going to bring to the training that like there's nobody better at. I don't believe, I know, and it's not because he's right here. I do not believe there's anybody better on the planet Earth that I could have brought to you to teach this topic to you, to share this with you, than the individual's about to jump on screen. He's been literally serving people online as an entrepreneur, as a marketer. Literally been doing it as long as probably anybody has. 30 plus years. Started with television, infomercials, and now just has continued to evolve. And now is leading the charge, guys. All of us here are benefiting because of what the work that this man is doing with his partner. That is, every single one of us here is looking to take part in the knowledge economy, to share our knowledge, wisdom, experience, and serving people in this new way required in this new economy. And this individual is literally at the forefront of championing and bringing validity, championing that this industry is real, it's legitimate, and this is not only a new way, it's the better way to learn and grow and achieve. And this is none other than my good friend Dean Graziosi, the head of Mastermind.com, partners with Tony Robbins and KBB. And boom,
what's up,
on the screen together.
I don't think I've sat this close to somebody in a long time.
I know,
and
man.
We did. We all took COVID
What's
tests. What's up, everybody? Good to see you.
Guys, let me tell you this. This is how challenges have changed my life in so many ways. Literally, some of the most incredible friendships and relationships and things in my life happened because of a challenge. Our relationship
happened because of a challenge.
Because of a challenge. Because Pete Vargas said, "Hey, bro, you know, apparently you're pretty good at this launch game because you won my launch with a challenge. Do you want to partner with me on the KBB launch?" And I was like, "Dude, that was a lot of work." I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "Bro, it'd be cool." And then like, "Hey, fly down. Dean wants to meet you. Fly down to Phoenix." I'm like, "Okay." And so we flew down. The whole flight, I was thinking about, okay, what could we do to help? And then literally we got your house. Pete and I ran some ideas past you. The Love, Serve, Grow challenge was born that day, and that challenge allowed us to
be here.
That's here.
We're celebrating our top partners in the launch, and you're here. And we spent the day with Tony yesterday, and it was amazing.
Amazing. I mean, and you get to be his partner. So you partner with Tony. You guys are in relationship. You talk to him through text and audio memos every day.
Yeah.
And I saw you taking ferocious notes. Guys, here's one thing I want you guys to learn about this man. Still a learner, still taking notes. Not an ounce of pride in him. If there's something that he thinks he can learn and pick up and help, he's like, "Hey, how's that work? How's that go?" And so that's one of the things that I look for, people that I want to be more like. And that's the one thing about you, man, is your humility and your willingness to continue to learn. And it's not about like, "Oh, I'm Dean Graziosi, I'm so fancy, I can never ask for any input." Like, but you just model that so well for us. And so I saw you just taking amazing notes. I'm like, this guy gets to talk to Tony every day, and he's taking more notes than the rest of us. Like, see, that's why you're winning, man. So this day was incredible. So we met on a challenge. We got a chance to work together a little bit and talk about your Start Over challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So just give people a little bit of background about like what you've seen happen with challenges in the last 12 months, and then we can get into like this really powerful training that you have on on just mindset and just ethical selling, right, Dean?
Yeah, so I'll just scoot this a little bit this way, so I have a little more room here. There you go. All right, what's up, everybody? Hey, first off, Pedro, good to be here. And so I just watched Barri, who's amazing, by the way, and knowing what Pedro provides, amazing, and the opportunity he provides. And when you're at a place like this, you may have been with Pedro now for the last 5 days, right? So you've been with Pedro for 5 days, and so many of you have enrolled in what Pedro has offered. Some of you are thinking about it. Some of you are still thinking, is this real? And I just like to say it like it is. I get where all those emotions are because I've been through all this. So I'll back up a little bit. Self-education changed my life. That's the industry that you're considering or you're already in or you're in and you want to get the capabilities to do it bigger and faster. Self-education changed my life 25 years ago, and it was my partner and friend Tony Robbins by buying his course off an infomercial in the middle of the night. I bought it. I paid for knowledge, and literally everybody in my family and friends were like, "Are you you spent?" Because I bought all the upsells. I bought everything you had, and I didn't have a lot of money back then. Yeah, like if I'm going to go in, I go in. I'm not a dabbler. I'm an emotional buyer who goes all in. And Tony just spoke to my heart. If those of you in the chat right now, if you've ever listened to anything Tony Robbins, doesn't he just speak right to your heart? Like maybe not everybody, but he did for me. And so many people I know in business, a lot of people don't even share it, but he spoke to my heart. So I bought everything he had. I remember my dad telling me, literally get a refund. You paid to listen to tapes? Like, it just seems so foreign. This is, a decade and 2 decades and a half ago, right? But when I listened to that knowledge, it fundamentally shifted my life forever. Like, I gave Tony Robbins money. He didn't send me anything. This is how long it was, except cassettes. I had an old Sony Walkman and put the cassette in and flipped it with the orange earbuds.
You had to wait like a week for it to come to you, right?
At least a week, right? No, a week.
It wasn't like this real time.
Yeah, no. So I had to get, and then I remember I used to take a walk, put in a cassette tape, and I'd listen. And as I'm listening to Tony, I'm like, I've been waiting my whole life for somebody to give me this guidance. It just, whatever that knowledge is, whatever it is that you're going to do a challenge on, whatever knowledge you're going to share, whatever mess that became your message, whatever story that you have, an experience you have. When Tony shared that with me, it fundamentally shifted me forever. Not only shifting my life, my relationships, instead of using my past as my anchor, I was using it as my fuel. I was already on my way to be successful. So I got to give myself a little credit there, but I was doing it in a really hosed up way. And Tony shifted me, and all of a sudden I started obsessing on self-education. I met through books, audios, tapes, courses, trainings, Dale Carnegie and Earl Nightingale and Wayne Dyer and Eckhart Tolle. And I just started going down this road of self-education, and I became obsessed to learn from people who've already been there. That's the industry you're in, whether it's a product, a service. We're in the industry of sharing knowledge, information, or a product that can allow people to go faster. And I don't want to sell you on the knowledge industry, and I want to talk about Pedro's amazing opportunity he has here and something I want to teach today. But I want to share with you, just in the chat right now, do me a favor. If you had the chance to go back, and maybe some of you are 20, but if you had the chance right now to go back and spend a day with your 20-year-old self, just think if you had a day and you had a week to prepare what you were going to teach your 20-year-old self. Think about a park or a bleacher at a high school or someplace that when you were 20. Think about what you would wear at 20 years old. I remember how hideous my clothes were at 20. Oh my God. I think I had a black mock neck with a gold chain on the outside. Yeah. But I was Italian. I grew up in New York. You got to give me a little break there. But I want you to think about what you wore at 20. And then what was your style at least? And then think about a park or a bleachers at your high school or outside your mom and dad's house or something where you'd sit. And think about if you had the opportunity to go up to your 20-year-old self, right? You had a week to prepare. And you had to convince them. You had to convince yourself that you need this knowledge, that I can help you, that you need to come spend 3 days with me or go through this course. How much work would you put in to prepare to convince your younger self that you need that information? I mean, what would you tell your younger self? What would you tell your younger self about relationships or not settling or going all in or not be afraid to market or make self-education a part of your life from day one? Don't learn from just the professor. I'm not knocking college, but also learn from people who've had the experience, people who have failed, people who have succeeded, people who have found the love you want, right? All of these things, your mind would be going crazy if you could spend that day with your 20-year-old self. And that's the part, that's the passion I want you to feel right now, because right now, whatever it is you're going to be offering to the world, they're sitting there wondering what to do next. It's like your 20-year-old self. They're wondering what direction to go. And you have the answers because you went through that experience, or you've been through that mess and you're on the other side, or you crafted that skill, or you invented or created the product. And that's how important it is that you get your message in people's hands. So with that said, I want to share a little bit about selling and persuasion today, but I also want to share what an amazing vehicle this is. I didn't have access to somebody like Pedro. Listen, I checked yesterday and I talked to Tony. I did my first challenge over 18 years ago. I really thought back. It was over 18 years ago. I did my first online challenge.
So if you're wondering if this is a fad.
But I want to tell you, so I've been doing challenges for first one 18 years. And then about 8 years ago, I obsessed and I built an evergreen challenge. And then about 4 years ago, I did a different kind of challenge. And I want to tell you what Pedro's done. What Pedro's done so elegantly is taken a challenge model that maybe didn't invent every single piece of it. But what he did is he masterfully looked through a lens of how everyday ordinary people can do it. And I want to tell you, not only did he make it a simpler process, I wouldn't be here endorsing him. I have no benefit of this, right? No benefit at all, other than I saw what he's done. He's done it so well. And he's jumped on a plane and came to my house when I was doing challenges. And I'm not exaggerating. I am a never-ending learner. I pretend I'm the dumbest person in the room wherever I go, because that's how you get people to open up. Pedro came to my house, jumped on a plane, and shared strategies that I immediately implemented. Tony and I just got done with a challenge called the New World, New You Challenge. We put in 837,000 people into our challenge, right? We're going to do another challenge in a couple of months. We're hoping to put 1 million people in it. And some of those exact pieces that I learned from him are in that challenge. And I'm not too proud to say it. I've been doing this. I did my first challenge 18 years ago. Tony probably did his first challenge 35 years ago. But we still took great advice from this guy because 3 reasons. 1, he's really smart as shit. 2, he's really found some ways to simplify it, especially in today's world where we have access so we don't overcomplicate it. And 3, he really cares about people. And he really wants you to have success. It's not just here in the hype to sell something. Like when we were masterminding yesterday, when we're together, we're all sitting around and we're talking about ways to impact people, to give them the tools, to make sure that they have the knowledge to actually do it. Because the worst thing ever is you get hyped up today. You get like, freaking, I'm all in. You hit the button and then you get home and you're like, oh man, it's a little overwhelming. It's a little too much. Where do I start? And then just because I heard this the other day, it's kind of Barry Baumgardner is the best for one-liners. I don't really have any good ones like that. But I heard somebody say the other day, if a course isn't done right, it becomes shelf education.
Oh, that's good.
I've never heard that before, right? You just buy it and it goes on the shelf, but you don't do anything. And I know Pedro is one of the few, and I'm blessed to surround myself with some great people like that. We obsess on making sure that when you get the course, you utilize it, you go through it, you feel empowered. And remember, complexity is the enemy of execution. Complexity is the enemy of execution. So if you've ever gotten anything before and you loved it, but you felt a little overwhelmed and you didn't do it, then it's still worthless. So that's why I love what this guy does, because he cares, he's smart, and he obsessed on how to make it simple, because he had to make it simple. You know what? Sometimes the best inventors of something that's been around I've done for 18 years and completely different variations. But you know who sometimes the best inventors are? Someone who pops in to an industry like you did not that long ago and had desperation, right? Just saying it like it is. I know you're transparent. He was desperate to change his life, desperate to get away from the old him, desperate to make an impact on others, desperate to create success for him and his family. And sometimes desperation is the thing that makes you crack the code on the little things. And that's what you did. You probably observed what other people were doing, invented your own stuff, mashed the two together, and how to do it at home. You're doing this on a computer right now. When I do my challenges, I'm in my studio with 20 people. You're in a hotel room here doing an amazing challenge and offering your product right here. Like, amazing. Everything we're doing right now came in a box. It's sitting right there. I'm like so impressed. I'm going to go yell at my team because why do we have so many people to do it? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But what I'm saying, guys, is you're in good hands with this guy, and self-education truly has changed my life. And if you would love an alternative and great way to provide value to people in advance, that's what Tony and I love this so much. You provide value in advance. In the chat right now, can I see, did you get some value this week? Just give me on a scale of 1 to 10. Did you get value this week from Pedro or any of the amazing speakers, right? You got value in advance. And simultaneously, you got a glimpse of this being the beginning, not the end, right? This could be the end of a great challenge, or it could be the beginning of a shift in your life by gaining new capabilities, taking uncomfortable action, and moving forward. Look at all the great comments coming in, right? Awesome. So, okay, you guys ready? For a quick little training?
Let's do it. And Dean, I'm just gonna put this on you, my man, and let you do your special stuff.
You got it. All right. Thanks, guys. All right. So what I want to do is, if you guys have ever heard me share before, which way, like this? Is that good? Does that matter? If you guys ever heard me share before, maybe you've heard this before, but I really love to break down the barrier and that mystery or that fear or that apprehension to selling, because I think I think we grew up watching movies where like the sales guy was, or the salesman or woman was always like the cheesy car salesman or someone pushing you too hard, right? Or we've been sold something we didn't want at the wrong time, or you get the phone call or a salesperson at an airport someplace. And I think we just have this aversion to selling. Like, I'd love to change people's lives. I'd love to impact others. I'd love to get my message out. I'd love to do a challenge, but I have to sell. And I just want to challenge you today. And maybe most of you have, but I'd love to challenge you today to open your mind to thinking of sales as the best way to serve people, because you're already a great salesperson, even if you think you aren't. Right now, I tell this story a lot, and if you heard it, I'm sorry, but I got to tell you this story about my wife. My wife's my favorite human in the world. I love her to death. She's a badass. She's a businesswoman. When I met her, she was massively successful. She was voted like the top hairstylist in Arizona 8 out of 10 years, like just a total awesome woman, right? I'm so blessed that she's my wife. So I have to say that because it's true. But when I met her and she's doing so good, we started talking about, and she's like, she watched me on stage one day in like our first 3 months of dating. And she was watching some of my videos online, selling my book. She's like, babe, I'm so glad you're good at sales, because your book, she read my book. Like the first week we met, she went and bought my book and read it, and she loved it. And she's like, I'm so glad that you push people to buy your book, because you change their life. And I'm so glad you get people to come to your live events, because you're giving them stuff that I wish I had when I was younger. I love this. She's, opened her mind to all these different people. And now she follows all the same people I do. And she's like, it's amazing. But she said, but hon, I don't know how to sell, and I'm terrible at it, and I never will be able to. And I knew she was full of crap. You don't become the top hairstylist in Arizona, because remember this, you don't become the top anything just by being good at it. The best chef in the world, the best practitioner in the world, the best mastermind, the best workshop, the best book. Why do 80% of all books in Barnes & Noble sell less than 100 copies? And the 20% over 100, 80% of them sell less than 1,000. True facts. They wrote it and thought people will come. Great chefs built a restaurant and thought people will come, and it went out of business. People started doing coaching. And they were the best coaches on the world, and they had big hearts, and they opened up their doors and launched their website, and no one came because they missed the selling part. So I knew for my wife to be the top hairstylist and do as well as she did, she was beyond good at selling. She just didn't realize it. Because here's what I know, that what my wife loves when women come into her salon and were feeling a little down, not feeling sexy, not feeling pretty for their husband or for their significant other. And she loved making them look gorgeous. She specialized in hair extensions and the best color. And she loved watching women leave with their confidence through the roof. And because of that, she didn't realize that she would sell them into their next appointment. My wife charges twice as much as anybody I've ever heard, and these people are thanking her. So I knew this. So I'm making a long story short, a short story long here, but I'm sharing that because here's how I tricked her. We're both foodies. We love going, and we both obsess over Italian food, right? So we're dating, and she told me she wasn't good at sales. And I waited a little while. I don't know if it was an hour or 4 hours, but I set her up. And I said, babe, tonight I'm just dying for good Italian food. Where should we go? And she's like, oh my God, babe, just how she talks. She goes, babe, there is this Italian restaurant up north, and they make their own pasta. It's fresh made, so it never gets hard. So it's, what do you call it when it's firm and not too soft? I said, al dente. She goes, yeah, the pasta's al dente and it's homemade. Oh my God, it's so good. But then their red sauce, I don't like chunky red sauce. It's smooth. They must cook it all day and it's smooth. And she's like, I don't eat meat a lot, but when I do, these meatballs, oh my God, when you put a fork in them, they pop open and they glisten with oil. She's like, they're so amazing. And I'm like, literally, you know, when someone tells you something so good, like you get that, like the back of your mouth is like salivating. And I just started laughing. And she's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, of course, I want to go right now. Like, go get in the car. We were driving 100 miles an hour to this restaurant. But don't tell me you don't know how to sell, babe. You just sold me on why we should go to that restaurant. And she's like, yeah, because I want you to experience it. I said, exactly. And that's why you're the #1 hairstylist in Arizona. That's why you make 10 times more than the average hairstylist around America, because you love serving and helping women, and you want them to experience it, what it's like to sit in your chair and get a full head of hair in the right color that matches their skin tone and leave their feeling on fire. So you don't even realize you're selling because you're serving them and you want them to experience it. And I said, wouldn't you be doing a disservice to those women if they went to someone else who gave them the wrong color, or the hair extensions were popping out and falling out? She goes, yeah, oh my God, there's so many people that do that. And she just, that moment changed her life. She realized, I do sell, but I sell through my heart. And that's the part I want you to think about today, is selling is service. So the first thing I want you to do is if you get enrolled with Pedro today, amazing. Let this be the beginning, not the end. But whatever you do moving forward, I want you to look at what you're providing to the world and make sure you love it so much that you'd feel bad if people don't get it. Love it so much that you feel bad if people don't get it. Because listen, if you're ready to go to another level and do a challenge, don't try to figure it out on your own. That's just the truth. Don't learn from someone who's done one challenge and hope it works. Learn from someone who's done so many challenges, who's transformed his life, and he's the leader in this industry, right? But what I'm going to share, and what I was going to say is, and he loves selling this to you. He's giving you a service today by making this offer. But I want you to look at it through that lens, right? There's something that you have to give to the world that is absolutely allowing them to go faster, overcoming an obstacle, fixing something that's broken, or getting to the next level of life faster because you've experienced it. And when you shift that mindset and say, wow, if people don't get this knowledge or this product or this service, I'm screwing them over. Then combine that with realizing it doesn't matter how good it is. If you build it, they won't come. That's a line out of a movie with Kevin Costner. Field of Dreams. I don't care how good your mastermind, your workshop, your book, your restaurant, your hair salon. I don't care how good it is. If you don't market and sell, they will not come. So if you're going to have to market and sell, then why not love what you do so much that you're excited to make the offer, that you can't wait for people to enroll. You can't wait for people to engage. And that makes all the difference in the world. Listen, what's great about doing a challenge, and again, Tony and I have done some of the biggest challenges, maybe the biggest challenges in the world, probably the biggest in the world. And since COVID happened, we've really gone deep on challenges because the world needs us and the world needs you, right? You get to deliver value in advance. So just so you guys know, since COVID started, Tony and I have done 5 or 6, maybe 7 challenges. And we've put in 1.6 million people since COVID started into our challenges, and serve them at the highest level, providing value in advance. Well, simultaneously, so many of them said, this isn't the end, this is the beginning. And we did the biggest UPW, Tony's Unleash the Power Within. We did the biggest one in history. We did some of the biggest courses and trainings we've ever done by doing a challenge and saying, here's who we are. This is what we have. We want to serve you at the highest level. If this is all you want, great, go enjoy. If you want more, if this is just the beginning for you, this is an incredible upgrade. This is our offer. This is our opportunity. And we've done sales at the highest levels. And we know, and Tony knows, I know this about my brother Tony, as I know from Pedro, as I know about with Pedro. If people say yes to go to UPW, their life changes forever. People say yes to get enrolled in a course or a training I'm doing, I know their life changes forever. If people get enrolled and buy one of my books, I know I get to shift their life forever. You get Pedro's course, you have the blueprint on how to do challenges. These aren't going away. These aren't a fad. I got 18 years in doing these, but this is the best version I've ever seen. And I'm really excited that you guys are here, but know that when you shift your perspective on selling, you shift the ability to scale your life. This isn't about doing one little challenge once and seeing if it works. That's how you should start. Pedro's doing this today, right? We're inside a Facebook group, right? We're in a hotel room. I'm talking to a computer screen. Like we're not in a studio. He doesn't have 200 employees. Like I have too many employees. I see you doing this. I got to change stuff, right? Like is here in his hotel room. Like literally I was downstairs and I'm like, he's like, could you please come up and share? And the only point I'm saying is don't wait for everything to be aligned. Don't wait for everything to be aligned, right? Don't wait for, like, I saw this once where someone said, you know, I really wanted to start my own business, but I wanted to wait until my husband and I finally got married and then we were going to do it. And she said, and I don't remember where I saw it. She said, well, then I was like, well, we're married now. Let's just wait until we get the house. And it's like, oh, but then I got pregnant. Let's wait till the baby's born. Oh, let's wait till the baby's in school because it's insanity, which it is. I have a 1-year-old right now. Let's wait till the baby's in school. You know what? The baby's in 5th grade. Like, let's wait till they're in high school. They're more independent. Oh, but let's wait until after we get them into college. And then life's gone. And I don't think we want to be at the end of our life looking back and saying, I coulda, I shoulda, I woulda. Like, I mean, at the end of our lives, we get the chance to have a chat with our maker. Don't you want to say that you squeezed every bit of juice out of life you could? I'm not saying it's this. If this isn't for you, then I'm so glad you're here. And I hope you got something. Take what serves you from what I'm sharing and what this challenge does and throw the rest away, right? So this isn't about saying this is the only thing, but this is an amazing thing in an industry that's exponentially growing when the world shifted. So if you're looking for that next level or you're already in and want to scale, this is great. But I'm just going to encourage you, don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment to have kids. If you have kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have a 14, a 12, and a 1, and my wife wants 3 more. So I better keep in good shape. Yeah, these guys are laughing because they know it's true. We had that conversation at dinner last night. She started at 5. I got her down to 3. So anyway, I better stay in shape. But the whole point is there's no perfect time to be a dad, a mom. There's no perfect time to start or scale the business. It's that uncomfortable action we must take. Our life lives. Our next level of life lives on the other side of the thing we fear the most, we ignore, or we avoid. And what gets us to that next level is just stepping up and taking uncomfortable action. And you don't have to, like Barry said, you don't have to do it alone. You got the opportunity to work with this great guy. It's an incredible course. Literally some of the exact things in here we've robbed and used and we share with each other. And even some of the things I think we do go back into this course. That's why we mastermind and brainstorm. You got a great opportunity here. And here's what I'd love to do because I saw Barry do it and I saw all these great bonuses. I'd love to add something as well. I gave you a little glimpse today of what I call ethical influence. None of us want to sell and feel bad. That's the worst feeling in the world. Like if you sell something that hurts people, I'm going to just say this, stop it. Like if you're in an industry, you know, where you're selling shit that doesn't really work, stop it because your soul knows, your values know, your character knows, right? Who we are when no one's watching is really who we are. So what's really cool is when you love what you do and you love what you're going to sell, then you get to make an impact on the world. So what I'm sharing is I have a training called Ethical Influence. I just did it for Tony Robbins' UPW audience, and it was amazing. It went over, I share one of my biggest strategies on how I break down a video, how I've been doing videos for over 25 years, how I make videos that convert, but deeper than that, it's how to get into the soul of people, how to ethically influence people without being a cheesy salesman, with doing it through your heart, through empathy, through compassion, and doing it as you, not how I do it, not how Pedro does it, not how anybody else does it. Do it the best version of you. It's a really powerful training. No one has access to it except Tony's UPW people. So what I figured I'd do, it's unbelievable, is if you get enrolled before, I don't know when the deadline is, you can love it for Monday. If you get enrolled before the deadline, I'll include my ethical influence training. I just did it 4 days ago. So it's not like 5 years old. It is powerful. It's amazing. And it just basically goes in line with what you learned today. So appreciate you guys so much. I know JLD, are you going next?
No, he's in the after party.
Oh, he's in the after party. We got JLD here. So, you know, guys, I appreciate you so much. Wow. Thank you for listening. I hope I delivered some value for you guys today and take some action.
Tremendous. Guys, let's blow the chat for DG, Dean Graziosi, the GOAT in this industry. Before we let you scamper off, my man, 2 things, guys. Go over to movementmaker.com/crush it. Because some of you have been writing into our chat and saying, Pedro, I really want to do this, and yet financially it's a little bit of a stretch. From this point on, from now moving forward till end of Monday, we have opened up a 6 installment option. You can now join the program, get started for literally as little as $3.95. Guys, I mean, so like you asked for it, we gave it to you. I wanted to make that announcement. That's the first big bomb drop announcement. that, and Dean's here is like, you know what? People are asking for it. No one left behind. Literally, you can get started and go on the journey with us. I love how you said this could be the end of a 5-day challenge or the beginning of the rest of your life, crushing it with challenges. And so, guys, we open it up for you. And we have something very special we're going to be doing officially at our live event.
Well, I'll let you share that. I just want to say before you do, because this is amazing. I want you to have full screen for that, because that is awesome. I just looked at it.
I give it to you, so don't go too far.
Oh, wow. I thought you were just sharing it with them.
No, dude, you're the only dude. This is you, bro.
All right, I got to stay. I got a gift coming, so I'm not going anywhere.
Won't say what you think.
No, I was just going to say, this is that time, right, when it's that uncomfortable action. If you are like, I always say this, and you have to remember this, like when I share something, I also want you to know this is the part of, you should take this, because I've been doing this for decades, right? Is in a lot of cases, people who sell amazing things, even with a huge heart and great products, they sell to just emotional buyers, people who make spontaneous decisions. I'm an emotional buyer. I'm a spontaneous buyer. I see a webinar of something I like and I'm waiting. I'm like, just drop the link so I can buy it. I want it. Like, I hate waiting for the link, right? When I want to buy a car, even when I was broke as a kid, I bought my first car. I went to a dealership. I saw the car that I saved up for 5 years to buy. I wanted to leave in a half hour. I'm like, I want that. I'll take it half hour, right? On the other side, my sister, we were raised the same. She's amazing. She's a logical buyer. My sister, if she was going to buy a car, she would go to 3 car dealerships. She would test drive 4 cars. She would sit down with her husband. She'd call the insurance company, see how much the insurance is going to be. She'd go to Consumer Affairs and see what the ratings are. To me, I want to die. She thinks I'm the biggest idiot in the world because I make fast decisions. Neither one of us are better. My sister, neither one of us came for anything. She's really successful, right? Really successful. But we have to remember that there are half logical buyers, like my sister, and half emotional crazy buyers like us, where I like it, I want it. And when I have money, I want all the upsells. I want everything you got. If I'm in, I'm going all in, right? So what I hope for those of you that are the logical buyers, I would just bet to say the most successful people in the world are split down to different, half emotional, half logical. So it doesn't make you better or worse, but get your questions answered. This is a logical time to be in this industry. Pedro is the logical person that could teach you how to do challenges, right? The knowledge industry, logically, is growing to be one of the biggest. It's going to be $1 billion a day by 2025, according to Forbes, right? So the only thing I wanted to share is, as you're sitting here thinking, do I take this uncomfortable action? Get your logical questions answered. Get your I's dotted and your T's crossed, like my sister would want to. Do whatever it takes. Ask Pedro, ask people on the team, but get engaged and get enrolled, because I also know with logical buyers, sometimes you wait so long for everything to be perfect that you miss the window and the ship sails. And I would bet to say in your life, there's some things that you regret that you missed out on. So if this is something that you're feeling like a little like rumbling in your belly, it's like, then go figure it out. Go get your questions answered and get enrolled before this ends. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. And guys, if you do have questions, Dean's right. We have dedicated chat that we had chat on till midnight last night to help many of you, because last night was a fast action bonus. So PedroAdeoSupport.com is where you go to get any questions you have answered. This is the link to enroll, movementmaker.com/crush it. We're giving you a full 14-day, no questions asked money back guarantee, which is kind of ridiculous, Dean, because this is actually more of a coaching program than just a course. Like, that means you can literally get live coaching from me for 2 full weeks. No, there's never refunds on coaching programs, but I'm like, you know what? I want these guys to know that literally, if, I want you guys to see just how confident we are. We know you're going to win and have success with us. So movementmaker.com/crush it. This offer does go away Monday, because guess what? Wednesday, we start our live coaching program, and I need a day to settle up and make sure we have all the right people invited. So guys, crush it. movementmaker.com/crush it. And the second big announcement before we go to Backstage VIP is this. For about a year now, I've been thinking about how could I celebrate. Guys, I love what you said yesterday in the mastermind. And that's when I knew I was in trouble. As you might not remember this, but I was a financial services guy. I was a brick and mortar guy doing retirement planning, helping clients locally. I was doing well, but like I knew I just had something more inside. And then on a whim, I started talking about, faith-based entrepreneurship. I did a free masterclass. And I remember the day where one of my students in a free program made her first $1,000 online doing something I taught her. That very same day, Dean, so I came home that day. I was all excited. I'm like, babe, did you hear? You know, Natila made her first $1,000 online. And I was gushing, excited, proud of one of my students in a free masterclass. I didn't even think I was launching a business. I was so happy for her success. My wife goes, yeah, but how was your day? I'm like, oh, we made $30,000 today. But let me tell you about this. Like, I personally made $30,000 in my own business. Didn't even think to mention it because I was so excited for this $1,000 I made someone else help them earn for free.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm cooked. Like, I knew that was the beginning of the end, because I know myself to know when I got that excited about seeing other people win, I knew my days were numbered. And now we still have a financial business, but guess what? I have someone else who's totally on fire for that industry. Run it, because this is what I feel. This is where I just feel like I'm supposed to be.
I mean, at the end of the day, what do we all put on this earth to do? Like, we all, if we really boil it down, we're meant to serve, right? I don't mean just give up your whole life to serve others. The more success we can have, the more people we can help, right? Last year in 2020, the hardest year of the world, I donated personally more than I ever had in my life. We built a school in Africa. We fed 7 million people. We provided 7 million meals.
Yeah.
We donated $600,000 last year to Operation Underground Railroad. I'm not saying that to brag in any way, and I don't announce that everywhere, but I never could have done it if I wasn't in this industry, wasn't serving. So as for a living, I get to help contribute and give people capabilities. And then if we have success, then we can contribute even on another level. And it does become addicting. Like, I don't know any other industry like this. You have the opportunity to help people go faster and get paid. Again, I'm not just saying this. When Tony Robbins took my money 25 years ago and I listened to his course, I said,
what's the ROI? What's the return on investment, do you think, on that first,
oh my God,
the course that your dad thought you were an idiot for getting and return it? What was the return on the investment?
Oh my God. But what I remember thinking is, wow, this guy just sold me what he knows and it's changing my life. I got to do this. That's why I'm in this industry. All right, what you got?
So guys, here's what we're doing. I have I love honoring and celebrating, because like literally this is one of the, I just love seeing people win. And so is this guy. And shocker, that's why we have incredible success with what we do, because we like literally we're in this, guys, to see you guys win at the highest level. So since a year ago, Dean, I was like, how can I recognize our community, our Crush It with Challenges people as they have success? And we've been thinking about it. So guys, we are now officially announcing we have our own award recognition program for Crush It with Challenges. Okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to, I'm going to show this. I might need Dean to help me balance this a little bit. All right, Dean, get that side. Look, now I got Dean helping me with banner white. Guys, this is our award. Okay, now here's how it's going to work.
I'll let you hold it.
Oops. Oh, all right. All right. See, John's going to like that. That's the fire. Okay, that's the on. Okay, guys, Crush It with Challenges. When you make you do your first $1,000 challenge, boom, you qualify for our award. You mail us in. You're like, guys, I made my first $1,000 online on the back of your challenge. I'm so excited. Boom. Okay. We want to recognize you for making your first $1,000. You know why? You ain't going to make $1 million without making, Dean, can you make $1 million online without making your first $1,000?
Heck no.
This is the hardest one to get. Can I tell you this? This is the hardest one to get, I think. Because you got to start. You can't finish if you never start. So that I want to recognize people that made their first $1,000 of the challenge. And then some of you guys are going to go right to this one. Your first challenge will do over $10,000. We've helped hundreds and hundreds of students do over $10,000 on their very first challenge. And some of you, and I've helped several of my friends, just did it with John Acuff. John Acuff, an author, smart guy, best-selling author, but didn't know a ton about online marketing. Just helped him. Did $100,000 in his first challenge. So many of you are going to crush six-figure challenges, and then you'll let us know, and then we'll give this one. And then some of you, Dean, you want to help me with that one?
Yeah.
Some of you are going to have the distinction of doing a seven-figure challenge. Pop that one in a little bit straighter. Yeah. Seven-figure challenge. Seven-figure challenge. Guys, we've blessed. We've done, I don't even know. I think I've done at least 6 7-figure challenges. We've done 3 multi-7-figure challenges. But there's only a handful of people alive that I'm aware of, and I think pretty sure Dean was the first. You want to grab that one? To do not just a million or multi-million, but a $10 million challenge. The challenge you did with Tony, right?
Probably, yeah.
To over $10 million. I think it was well over $10 million in sales on the back of a challenge. Guys, we want to give you guys something to shoot for. Well, Pedro, why'd you make an award for 10 million? You haven't even done that yet. You know why? Can I grow? Can I still aspire for more? I made this award because I wanted something to shoot for. So I made this award bigger than the level I'm already playing at. So guys, this is our award for our movement, for crushing it with challenges. And this Dean, this is our prototype. It's got my name on it, but figuratively, I want you to know we're making one for you.
It's really beautiful. It's well designed, and we all want to strive for what's next,
100%.
Right? And the fortunate part, and this is amazing, and I love it, and I think it's incredible that you did it because we all have this evolution of where we want to go. But here's the cool part, and then I gotta run, and you got to take action. But Pedro has never forgotten what I like, and neither have I. Pedro's new to this industry, brand new to this industry, and came in, lit it up by storm because of desperation and wanting to move into something, then getting hooked on serving people and creating success for you and your family while you serve. But what he said about this one, I just want you to think about this. I feel blessed that I've been able to do this, but I got 30 years in this industry. Tony has 40 years in this industry. We failed miserably. We built name recognition. We've done all that. But I want to tell you something. You see this 1,000? Tony's first event, he was hoping for 500 people. He had to do it in person. He was hoping that he made it for free and did all that stuff. His first event, hoping for 500 people, before the internet, before all the strategies you get to use, had to do direct mail and TV and all these strategies. 5 people showed up. He was hoping for 500.
The great Tony Robbins.
The great Tony Robbins. And then I want to share with you, probably 15 years later, he didn't know who the hell I was, but he inspired me. I wanted to be Tony Robbins. And I created a course, and I did an infomercial, and I did all these things to be in the knowledge industry. And my first event, I remember it was at the Hilton at LAX. And I sent out direct mail, and I did all this great stuff. And I was hoping for a couple hundred people. And not trying to emulate Tony's story, less than 10 people showed up. It was the biggest crush to my ego in my life. And I want to tell you, I want you to just feel me right now. I literally went home that night and said, "You're an idiot. You're not Tony Robbins. Why would you think people want to listen to you? Why would you think people want to learn from you?" Like, oh my God, I was in the collision repair shop. I drove a tow truck and worked on houses and had apartments. I mean, I was on my way doing well, but I was like, I didn't go to college. I'm not that smart. All the limiting beliefs you might be feeling or felt, I felt all of them and was an inch away from quitting.
Wow.
And I don't even know how I didn't quit, because I didn't have a course. I didn't have online. You couldn't target your ideal audience or talk in a hotel room with something you brought in a box, right? This was my hardest. And it took me decades to get to this one, right? But we all have to start someplace. And the last thing I'll leave you with is a saying I hear all the time, and I didn't make it up, so I don't want to take credit for it, but I don't know who said it. But it's like, when is the best time to plant a tree? 5 years ago, 10 years ago. When's the second best time to plant a tree? Right this second, right? So thank God Tony didn't give up, because he changed my life. And I'm so glad I didn't give up, because I've been blessed to impact a lot of lives and create success for my family. So this is amazing. But beyond this, it's like, fight for this so you know it's real.
Yeah.
Like, prove the concept works. And then step by step, you scale it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Blow up this chat for Dean.
I appreciate you, man.
Dude, that was incredible.
You got it.
Amazing. Guys, blow up this chat. Blow up this chat for Dean Graziosi, the first Dean forever in the history of history, will go down as the first ever recipient. Guys, well, I must be a nice guy. I gave an award to Dean before I even gave myself one. Like, Dean's got the first award ever in the history of Crush It with Challenges. And guys, listen, this is what you should do. You should give things to people you aspire to be. So, guys, this is available. We're about to hit backstage, but guys, just so you know, this was a bonus day. We've got a little bit more surprises for you over the weekend, but guys, you can now go to movementmaker.com movementmaker.com /crush it. We just opened. Many of you were asking, saying that $795 installment was still a little bit out of reach. And guys, we want nobody left behind. Let me remind you real quick before we go off to the backstage VIP with my main man, JLD. Guys, yes, movementmaker.com /crush it is where you go to get lifetime access to, guys, you heard what Dean said, guys. Like, I don't pay him to say these things about me. People offer Dean millions of dollars for endorsements, and he turns them down all the time. And Dean came here out of the kindness of his heart because I was able to contribute to him in a meaningful way, and now he contributes to me in meaningful ways. So, guys, lifetime access to, you heard from Dean's mouth, the best-in-class training program on challenges in the world, $5,000 value, lifetime access, no one left behind, 4 weeks of live coaching where I'm going to hold your hand 4 days a week, 4 weeks in a row to make sure you launch a challenge in the month of April. Guys, make at least this your goal, to make at least $1,000 this month online. Some of you are going to blow past that. You're going to surprise yourself, and you're going to go right to a 5-figure, $10,000 plus challenge. Guys, some of you are going to do even bigger and greater things, guys. I'm never going to do this again this year for sure. I just don't have the time. And next year is probably going to be my coaches. So if you're like, Pedro, you're my guy, I want more time with you, this is the path to get more time with me. Hold your hand step by step to make sure you crush every step of our process. Design, run, and then scaling your challenge. Ultimate Niche Finder Worksheet, $1,000 value to make sure you dial in your micro niche perfectly. The Ultimate Offer Design Worksheet for $995 to make sure you have an amazing offer that you can feel good about enrolling people into on the back of your challenge. We're going to help you fill your challenge with organic free traffic. Rachel Miller, how to find free traffic for your challenge on Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse. And then for those of you guys that are intermediate or advanced, we have the most ninja Facebook, Instagram traffic strategies for challenges. We have high ticket. That's a $3,000 value. We've got winning with high ticket offers with Russ Ruffino. For those of you guys that want to go high ticket on the back of your challenge, another $3,000 value. 2 tickets to Crush It Live. My 7-figure challenge funnels. My word. And Barry now dropped in her Crush It with Live, your first live event bonus. Pete is going to drop the ticket map live training so you can get more free organic traffic into your challenge. And Dean Graziosi just surprised me. He's going to give you guys a training he's done exclusively for Tony's paid customers. Guys, that's the generosity of that man. Value now approaching $30,000 of value, but you can get started literally today, guys. Over $30,000 of value for as little as $395. $395, 6 installments of $395, or a one-time investment of $1,995. Now, if you can do the $195, guys, go all in, go all in, go all in. But no one left behind. We wanted to make this available for those that $795 was just a little bit out of reach. Then now we've opened up a $395 option, and this offer, guys, goes away forever Monday at midnight. And guys, what I'll say real quick is that if you're already in, that means you were in as of last night. Guess what? I'm already beginning to review your challenge worksheets. You were in as of last night. I'm going to begin to review your challenge worksheets, okay? You're going to get actual feedback from me. So, guys, that's all I got for you today on this bonus day, Super Saturday. Hope you guys are going to have an amazing rest of your day. Let's drop some love in the chat for the incredible just value and training that we got from Barry and Dean. Guys, you know what to do. It's your time. For those logical buyers, Dean said it best. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry and growing. Challenges work. We have presented overwhelming proof. Dean said it best. If you're going to learn this model, learn it from the best in the business. Guys, that's what we have put together for you. Logically, this makes all the sense in the world. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose. We have a full 14-day refund period. Movementmaker.com /crush it. is where you go now to turn what could be the end of something and turn it into the beginning of something. Guys, this is the beginning of the rest of your life. Challenges, learning this skill set has changed everything for me. This is going to open up a whole new world to you. Some of you are going to launch your own personal brands and coaching and mentoring and courses. And some of you are going to learn this skill set and be able to create an amazing career for yourself, helping other people grow their companies and businesses with challenges. But either you're going to build your own business with challenges or you're going to help someone else's. But understand, this is not a fad. It's not going away, guys. The biggest revenue that will be done, the most amount of revenue that will be done online this year for sure, and next year will be done on the back of challenges. Guys, this concludes our bonus day. Love you guys so much. Go down to movementmaker.com/crush it. This offer goes away Monday at midnight. Like Dean said, if you have any questions, get them answered. Go to pedroadeosupport.com. And Holly, I'm going to jump backstage with JLD unless you're ready to go. Can we give away that iPhone real quick? Do you have a
Of course we can.
All right, let's give away the iPhone.
Okay, so for the iPhone winner,
I just want to know, hold on, before we do this.
Okay.
And I just want people there's 800 of you live. Can you just tell me right now which of this award am I going to be handing you? Which of this award am I going to be handing you? A 1K award or a 10K award or a 100K award? Which of these am I going to be handing to you? Which of these will you be winning at the Crush It Live event? April 29, 30, May 1st. Just right now in the chat, guys, it's time to get real. Let's take this from imaginary. Let's take it from out here. Let's make it real. Tell me right now, call your shot. It's time to be bold. It's time to step up. Be like, you know what, Pedro, I'm coming for this. I want this award. I know I have this in me. Call your shot. Call your shot. Be bold. Be bold. Tell me, guys, this is time to speak things into existence. This is a time to say the things that are not as if they were. This is a time to say, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to take action. I'm going to follow the best. I'm going to put myself with amazing people. I'm coming for mine. Guys, when Corona hit last year, I made a powerful decision. When Corona hit last year, guys, I've been broke. I've been down and out. I know what it's like to lose and go backwards. And when Corona hit last year, I'm like, uh-oh, this could be really bad. But here's what I said to myself. I said, Pedro, whatever this pandemic in March, in early March, before we even knew what this thing was, I'm like, Pedro, whatever this is, does not matter. I said, coronavirus, this pandemic will happen for me, not to me. This will happen for me, not to me. I declare that out of my mouth. I spoke that out. And then because I believed it and I was convicted of it, I was able to give that hope and encouragement and skill sets and tools to people that were willing to jump on board. And there are people who are in their homes today because they got behind that vision. They got behind that belief. They said, yes, this will happen for me, not to me. There are people who are in their homes living amazing lives who didn't just survive, but they're thriving because they heard a powerful message and they got on board. And I'm here to tell you again right now, the same thing is true. This is your chance to take what's happening in the world and have it happen for you, not to you. You can either become a victim of this economic situation, or you can actually turn around and serve people, help solve problems when the world needs you most, and thrive in this time of unprecedented opportunity. Guys, this is your time. This is the framework. This is the model. Come get yours. Come get yours. Let's go. It's time to stop playing small, guys. One thing, being with Tony Robbins yesterday. Is this true? Really? What time? Yeah. Really? Wow. Okay, guys, surprise guest. All right. Probably for the backstage. Backstage. Okay. Guys, can I just be real? Yesterday, when I was in that room with Tony, guys, I was like, I'm thinking small. I'm still thinking small. And like, Pedro, what are you talking about? You're doing some incredible things. I know. We're blessed. I feel like we're doing well, and we are doing well. And yet, when I was in the room with Tony, and I just got a glimpse into how he thinks, how he sees the world, I was like, man, I don't think I'm thinking as big as I need to. And guys, if I can just be very direct with you, you got to find a way to not let $395 keep you from your goals and your dreams. You've got to find a way to not let $395 stop you from everything you want is on the other side of this framework of learning this skill set. Pedro, how can you say that? Because that is exactly what's happened in my life. And guys, like, this is just like, it's 2021. You've got to think bigger, be bigger. And we have lowered this threshold to such a point that I believe every single one of you that wants to be in this program can figure this out. So guys, go to moonmaker.com/crush it. Give away this iPhone so we can then get on to the VIP backstage. I was just informed we have a surprise guest. I'm going to flash it past.
Oh, snap.
Oh, the surprise guest in backstage has interviewed everybody. Kobe Bryant. Who else? The Rock has interviewed and been with Tony Robbins in his private jet. Yeah. This is everybody. Anybody who's anybody. Matt McConaughey. He just has to interview me next. But that might happen. All right, hold on. Give away this iPhone.
All right, so the iPhone is going to Lynn Smagus, I believe is how you say your last name. So be looking out for an email from our team for a form for you to fill out to collect that. So congratulations, Lynn. All right, guys. Man, Movement Maker.
Who won the iPhone? The third iPhone. Who won it? Huh?
Lynn Smagus.
Lynn Smagus. Congratulations. All right, guys. This concludes day one, bonus day one. Love you guys so much. You know what to do. Come get yours. Let's go. Let's go. Let's rewrite 2020 and let's set you up to crush it in 2021. Moonmaker.com/crush it is where you go right now to grab these incredible bonuses and this once in a lifetime program. Because guys, I'm telling you right now, I do not see myself ever having the time to do 4 weeks, 4 days of live coaching, holding your hand. And so this is your time. This is your moment. Join me. Let's lock arms. Let me help you learn this incredible skill set that I believe will change everything for you. Guys, have an amazing rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you back here maybe tomorrow, for sure on Monday, with some surprise, more bonus training. We love you guys so much.